Hello everybody, 5 minutes of yoga. Today is for the hips. So let's come into a wider than the hips legged stance with the feet pressing down, hands to the hips, nice and firm with the shoulders down. And we'll begin with just this very simple motion of circling the hips around. Nothing fancy. We're just gonna go 3 or 4 times around. You might hear a few clicks here and there. And then circling around the opposite direction. So these can be really small. If you've just woken up, take it easy. You're just encouraging the body to move, wake up. Soften your breath. Take one more circle. Nice, and then come back to standing. Take the feet to hip distance apart and hinge through the hips to forward fold. Let the arms hang down. And just sway here from side to side. Come a bit closer. Now take your left hand to your right foot and a nice deep bend in your right knee. Sweep your right arm to the sky, nice and long in the spine. And then releasing to the other side. So right hand comes down, hung, right hand, and then right hand to the left foot, sweep the left arm open. Nice, and then releasing down again. Go one more time each side. So opposite hand to foot, as much bend in the knee as you like, and a shift in the hips to the side. And then the other side. Opposite hand to foot, bend in the knee. Reaching high, exhale to come all the way down to the floor. Now coming into child's pose, drop your knees down to the mat, shift the knees out really nice and wide, tuck your toes under and draw the hips all the way back as far as they'll go, extending the arms forward on your mat. Long exhale here as you relax the arms down. And then inhale, lifting the hips up, and we'll do that action twice more. Exhale, sinking the hips down towards the heels. Again, just working a little bit of movement in the hips. Inhaling to come up. Stacking the hips over the knees, and then exhale, hips coming down. Nice and simple. Good, now coming up into your all fours position, you can draw the hands back under the shoulders, cross the ankles behind you, and come to seated. And nothing fancy here, we're going to place the soles of the feet together and wrap your hands around your toes. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can go ahead, take the ankles instead, or a part of the leg that's a little bit closer to the body. And just let the knees drop down to the sides, nice and long in the spine, shoulders stay down away from the ears, and just a very gentle batting of the knees. Start easing out the inner hip. Take a nice deep breath for me here. Wonderful. Okay, so gently close your knees together. We'll come to lying down on your mat. You don't need a mat, you can just do this on the carpet. Lying down on the mat, straighten your left leg, hug your right knee into your chest. So just making sure the spine stays relaxed on the floor. So as you squeeze the knee into the chest, you can slowly just rotate the knee in circles, just moving that ball and socket joint to the hip. Squeeze the knee out towards the right shoulder a little more. Good. Nice. Now here we go. We're going to bend the left foot, sole of the foot to the floor. Take your right heel to the top of the left thigh and widen open your right knee. Now here it gets pretty complicated. Not really. We're going to just slide the hands through this little hole we've made and take hold either of the thigh or the shin and squeeze gently in towards your body. So you'll feel that in the outer hip. Relax the back, relax your jaw. Take a nice deep breath here. And then you can release to move to the other side. So straighten the right leg, hug the left knee to the chest, and once again just moving the knee around in gentle circles. Just moving that sticky hip joint. Especially if you're a runner, you might feel that hips are especially tight. Hug the knee towards the left shoulder. Good, and then as you release, bending into the opposite knee, stack the heel on top of the thigh, and we'll thread our hands again through this nice little hole we've made. Hands to the bottom of the thigh, and just keep that floating knee out nice and wide to the side. So you can stay here longer if you would like to, but for the purpose of these short videos, we're going to come out of the pose here, release both of the feet down, place the soles of the feet together, widen the knees, and come into a nice open butterfly position. You can take your hands on the thighs to give a little bit more weight. Take a full deep breath here with no tension in the inner hip. If this feels way too intense for you, you can close the knees, or you can have the feet apart with the knees touching. Hands to the sides. And that's 5 minutes of hip yoga.